makeup artist.
What's Mova? Makeup.
Visual artist.
Makeup utilities.
Makeup
visual and
no, the U is
and
up.
audio.
The U is like this said in audio. The U is up. So MU is ready makeup. I don't know what that V is
the
for.
U is up.
Yes. So it's
makeup
visionary artist.
Visionary artist. Makeup visionary artist. That's exactly what it is.
Move. Keep moving.
What's it? Make up visual visionary art. Oh, maybe it's visual artist.
Maybe it's visual artist.
Visionary
artist. I like visionary. But visionary sounds like more like
makeup visionary artist. So we learned what MOVA stands for today. It stands for makeup
visionary artist. And we
know
don't fact check, so we're sticking with that.
That's our story. We're sticking to it. True North Views podcast.
Gang, I know what it is.
To another episode. We appreciate you guys joining us here today.
Yes, we do.
It's episode 96. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You are not wrong.
We have nothing planned for 100, but
oh shit.
I mean, shit. But that's like at what point, like what do anniversaries mean if you also use round numbers that don't correlate to the anniversaries?
I don't get where you're going with that.
You know what I'm saying? So if we started recording on a certain day, because like low key, our 2 years coming up.
It is.
So do you celebrate episode 100
or the 2
and
year?
The 2 year or the 2 year?
I think you gotta pick one or the other.
With the 2 year,
you gotta pick one or the other. You can't celebrate both. It's kind of like too many parties.
I'll check my schedule. True North Views podcast, Toronto's official, unofficial podcast discussing hip hop, R&B, and the culture. As usual, it's your boy Harris here,
and you already know me. I'm the Skirt Master, Mr. Triple Double himself. No assist, you know what I'm saying. You've been championships that way. Stealing 70 mil from the TTC in case you don't know me.
Update.
My name is Just Shola. And as usual, we are giving you our views from the perspectives of a couple of first generation Canadians.
Wow.
It sounds like rain. That doesn't even sound like a fucking applause.
I feel like
anymore.
After like 6 of them, it started just sounding like rain.
That was weird. Where do I usually go next? I usually plug next. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram at True North Views. You will thank us later. On Instagram, what you will find, of course, is 60-second. I knew that was gonna happen. Seen it coming. But you know what I mean? We're one take Drake out here.
Yo, go on to YouTube if you want to see what just happened for real.
Strategic marketing. I see we talked about this in pre-production. Try to get more viewers on our YouTube, which is at True North Views Podcast.
Yes, it is.
Or just search True North Views Podcast on YouTube. You will find our weekly episodic extravaganzas.
Yes.
And you will be able to see visually what just happened.
Yes. What he predicted.
And what I predicted in pre-production. Like I mentioned on Instagram, you will find 60-second sound bites from the respective episode for the week. Different topics, starting to have more thematic-based type of posts on there, such as album reviews, for example. So this past week, we reviewed Young Nudie, we reviewed Lil Baby, we reviewed G Herbo as well, and those were the 3 reviews that we posted on there. DJ Academic Style, is it fire? Is it trash?
Fire or trash?
Is she the baddest in the game right now? I fucking hate
W or L.
But it makes people comment.
Because people have to respond. Is she the baddest? Oh, yes.
Is she the baddest in the game right now? So
why you say like that? You just typed it.
That's how Academic says it, though.
Is
she the baddest in the game right now?
You still watch Everyday Struggle?
I don't, but I like Wayno.
You do like him.
I do like Wayno a lot. But like I was saying, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. You will find a whole bunch of random liking, random tweeting, random retweeting, hashtag of the day, topic of the day. Maybe we create the poll of the day, which we did last week. Go check our YouTube last week, I guess, to see what.
Yeah, to see the visuals.
Man, if I had a more powerful computer, I'd throw like the visuals on there at the time.
I
don't really got all that computing power.
I feel where you're saying.
Apple, if you'd like to sponsor me.
Hey, Apple, you know what I'm saying? We're doing good things out here.
You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, check us out, man. And that's really all I got for the plug.
All right. I got one thing.
Please go ahead.
Thank you to everyone that has listened to us in the past.
Okay.
Thank you to everyone that's listening to us right now.
Jeez.
And thank you to everyone that will listen to us in the future.
Jeez.
I want my kids to be fit. That's all I know.
You feel me? I'm feeling good, baby.
get the show started, man.
Let's get
Music
started.
potpourri. Yeah, I mean, music potpourri. We're going to talk about that hashtag free Meg.
Free Meg.
You guessed it. We're going there. As everyone else already knows what's going on with Meg The Stallion.
What?
Rollout, maybe, but we'll get there. We'll get there later on in the show. So obviously we want to talk about Meg The Stallion. We want to talk about her deal with 1501 Entertainment, Carl Crawford, which I had no clue. The MLB money was just making you a label owner.
Yeah, well,
you bored.
No cap space. No cap limits.
A-Rod runs Atlantic?
He probably will surprise you.
Wouldn't be surprised. But we're sort of already aware of what's going on with Meg The Stallion again. Carl Crawford, 1501 Entertainment. J Prince is involved. We know Jay-Z's name has been mentioned with Rock Nation. Mm-hmm. And just Meg The Stallion situation overall, right? Yes. So for those that are unaware, 1501 is responsible for her production of music. 300 is responsible for the distribution of her music. And Rock Nation is responsible for her management.
Yes. Well,
that's a lot of slices of pie.
I'm pretty sure 1501 was also part of her, also had a management deal with her.
Right, of course, until she got some
Rock Nation
alternate deal with
it happens all the time with music, like especially people that sign with smaller independent labels. Mm-hmm. It always happens that they somehow sign another management deal with a bigger label when they start blowing up.
So the benefit of the True North Views podcast is that we do record at the end of the week.
Yes.
And we have the opportunity to really let stories play out before we talk about them, right? I guess I'll play some of the Meg audio that we're already aware of at this point.
Young, I think I was like 20. And
somebody said the deal was actually signed in 2019, so she was 22, not 20. But I digress.
I know everything that was in that contract. So when I got with Rock Nation, I got management, real management. I got real
management, important to note.
Lawyers. And they was like, do you know that this is in your contract? And I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. No, I didn't know.
Oh, damn, that's crazy. I didn't know. Oh, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's how we feel about our social media contracts.
That's crazy.
Do you know Facebook owns all your photos? Oh, damn, that's crazy. Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know.
So I'm not mad at 1501. I wasn't upset because I'm thinking in my head, oh, well, everybody cool. We all family. It's cool. It's nice. Let me just ask them niggas to renegotiate my contract.
Where's the album?
As soon as I said I want to renegotiate my contract, everything went left. Like,
obviously, I'm not going to play that entire thing. We know what that video is about and what happened with that. She did tweet around that time as well. And what she said on Twitter, at the time, she just did hashtag free Meg, hashtag free the Stallion. This is going to tie into our conversation later on. But I want to just earmark that part. She tweeted hashtag free Meg, hashtag free the Stallion. If you want to see what happened, again, check out our YouTube. I'm going to just have to not center it and have it there.
They can see it.
They can see it good enough. So it's interesting that she created the hashtag. But,
she started it.
That's a different point for a different day, right? And just going on with sort of what happened after that. So she said that she was suing the label. She was getting the green light to make her music. That was posted via TMZ.
She got an injunction or whatever from a lawyer.
She got a what?
Not an injunction, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
Something that could make her release music, and she's allowed to release music. She went legal with it pretty much.
Like a restraining order?
Something like that, but like it was just permission for her to release music.
True.
So the record label couldn't stop her from releasing music.
So Carl Crawford, who is of course the CEO of 1501,
yes,
he responded. Now he is a former MLB player, like we mentioned,
play ball,
and he's used to being on TV. He's used to responding to reporters. Yep. And his response was very interesting. In my opinion, his response. I liked it, but it's very interesting. So in an interview with Billboard, Crawford denies any claims that he, of course, or his 1501 label, trying to prevent Meg from outputting music. He said, it's a whole lie. It's a whole ass lie, he says. Right? Nothing is true. Nothing is true that she said. Me being greedy and taking money from her? That's crazy. I never tried taking nothing from her. The only thing we tried to ever do was give.
Man is selling though. He's selling.
He's selling. That sounds like some bullshit.
Selling. I was like,
that sounds like some bullshit. According to Crawford, after Megan signed Rock Nation in September, she went radio silent, opting not to pay him or 1501 any of the money that she owed. In Crawford's eyes, the hot girl summer MC tactics were used to avoid paying him for merchandise and live touring proceeds owed to him through the terms of their deal, so that he could renegotiate with her for the 4-album deal contract that she initially signed with 1501. Meg, So he said, let's talk about your contract. It's a great contract for a first-timer.
That's what he says.
Agreed. And what contracts give parts of their masters and 40% of royalties and all that kind of stuff? Ask Jay-Z to pull one of his artists' first contracts, and let's compare to see what Megan got. I guarantee he won't ever show you that. And Joe Budden said, well, of course he won't, because it's business. Why would show you contracts?
It's a rhetorical question.
No, of course. Of course. So, I mean, Carl Crawford, he got his piece in, which is kind of surprising that Billboard can really put out an interview that quickly. But that's, again, a different point for a different day.
He probably wasn't shying away, too, from an interview.
That's true.
Like, he's probably like, because it's his record label. He doesn't want to, no one's going to want to sign to a record label if they have a bad rep.
That is very
he's probably trying to clear his name up and say, hey, we good.
So J Prince, of course, his name was mentioned, and he did chime in as well. Because
he has some relation to Carl Wolf.
Well, he has independent Crawford. Business dealings with the label, and we know his imprint on the music industry just in general. So he responded, breaking news alert, Houston, we have a problem, Megan. So this is how we started it. Okay. Right? Kind of corny, but...
where is he going with this?
Houston, we have a problem, Megan. Along with the Rock Nation employee... Gitanjali Grace Lear decided to include my name in a lawsuit wrapped around the lies and stupidity. So we're going to get this shit straight. Now let's deal with the root of the issue. The root is a familiar one for me, coming from a successful independent record label's perspective. We, as independent record labels, make many sacrifices along with our artists. After we do all the hard work together with the artists, it's a known fact that major record labels and established managers attempt to poach the fruits of our labor.
That happens.
Right. One of the first things they do is criticize the deal that raised the artists from the dead. These record labels and managers don't want any shit to do with these artists until the hard work, the risk, and the sacrifices, and the resources have been spent by the little guys. I'm rolling with him so far.
I am with him. Yeah, right? He's right. He's nothing saying his line.
This is the same technique of the culture vultures.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't allow this to happen to me when New York and LA record labels attempted to take my artists, so they labeled me as malicious for fighting back. I didn't allow it then, so I'm damn sure gonna allow it to happen now with 1501 Records or with any other independent record labels that I'm associated with. For the record, we have no problem with negotiating with Megan, but we do have a problem with dictators. Bomba clot. I find it very interesting that Rock Nation would allow their employee to sign an affidavit and statement full of slanderous lies on my methods of doing business when we have partnered together on several occasions. I don't think Jay-Z is aware of this, but only time will tell. Megan, even though she signed an affidavit, talked down and lied in court documents on me, I understand how lawyers brainwash artists to milk them of funds in lawsuits that they know they can't win. Megan seems to be the perfect candidate for self-destruction. Any artist in the music industry will testify that a 40% profit share is a great deal, especially for an unestablished artist that till this day has not delivered an album.
Yep.
Right?
Well, not till this day anymore.
Well, we'll get there. To end this, I give credit where credit is due. Megan, along with her mother, who evidently could read, God rest her soul, and that's
dissing.
Holy fuck, bro. Negotiated a good deal. I extended my hand to meet with Megan, T. Ferris, and the team personally for further negotiations. Unfortunately, it never happened, even though we're all in Houston, because she's being controlled by the very people who started this shit. The homie Carl was an angel in Megan's eyes when he was spending hundreds of thousands of dollars investing in her career. Now that he's helped her become a successful artist, she stopped paying him his percentage and views him as the devil. I'm glad money don't make me.
Damn.
I make money.
That's bars.
Yes, I'm saying that's bars. So I mean, again, really just wanted to document that. Do you have any words on this? Do you have any thoughts?
Let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Who do you believe? Or
Who
what
do I
you
believe? I believe that Carl and J Prince know exactly what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there may or may not have been a kind of poaching effort by Roc Nation.
I'm with you.
And I also think Meg is probably exaggerating how bad she feels her deal is.
I got you.
I almost associate it with you get in a car accident and you got to tell, my back, my neck, my back, man,
my leg, my eyes, my nose, I'm in a walker now.
So I kind of equate it to that in that sense.
I feel I'm with you. I fully agree with you. Yeah.
So, and at the same time, I do also think that these great first-time contracts, they're not great contracts
in general.
Objectively.
They're still bad contracts.
They're great first-time music contracts, yes, maybe.
Relative to other contracts, exactly. They are. But
objectively speaking, it might not be the best contract.
Exactly. And that's what I think it is. I think she got signed to Roc Nation, stopped paying 1501.
And that's
so 1501's probably started holding up their payment. Like, yo, you ain't giving us what Roc Nation signed, all the deals Roc Nation is getting you, all the performances. Yeah. So we're going to hold whatever we can.
And I'm noticing that's the common denominator, is that it's mentioned when she signed a deal with Roc Nation, she stopped paying Carl Crawford and them. So it's like, hello, you owe us.
And I've heard Roc Nation has done this before. Supposedly they tried doing this with Lil Uzi too, where they said Lil Uzi signed to a bad contract.
Which he was.
But then DJ Drama was like, yeah, we're still not getting you out of your contract.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to get out of 1501's contract because it's a 4-album contract and you're one of the biggest stars right now. So
that could be her whole career. That could be beyond her whole career.
Yeah.
That's Taylor Swift. That's big red machine.
I think they'll get a renegotiation on the table, but she's not getting out of the 4 album. Like, they're going to take money out of that 4 albums, no matter what.
Agreed. I completely agree with you on that. What's interesting, I did see something in the contract details. Again, it's Twitter talk, so we don't know how much of it is accurate, how much of it is not.
It's all accurate. It's Twitter. Come on.
I did see something along the lines of her 4-album deal stipulates that the album must be 45 minutes in length, and her 3 projects to date are like
mixtapes.
27 minutes, 40 minutes, and like 28 minutes.
Yeah.
So she technically has 0 albums under this deal.
This was the first album, I think. Again,
we'll get there, and obviously Meg dropped a project. It's not, it's not unknown. So obviously we're going to talk about Meg's new project, but even that clocks in at 28 minutes.
Oh damn,
something like that.
Yeah, according to what I heard, so they have no albums. They have no albums. A mixtape. That's all they consider.
And that's why, again, even the wording that she was using, a collection of music, a body of work, nothing is alluding to album. Even when Hot Girls, whatever the thing was called, not that one, but the mixtape.
Fever,
yeah, whatever it was called.
I think it was Fever.
But even when that came out, there was no conversation about it being an album.
It was never an album.
So I wonder if that time threshold is a real thing. And at this point now, Meg, this is your 3rd project. Say what you want about album. We thought Chance had albums in him. He came out with 1 album, he might be done.
He did, right?
You know what I'm saying? So 4 albums is not easy.
It's not.
You might have to like Chris Brown yourself, where you just throw out the music.
Songs out.
Wale yourself, just throw out the music.
Just to get out the deal.
Tiger, just throw out the music just to get out the deal. But you just hope that all parties involved get their fair share.
Yeah.
That's really all it comes down to. I saw someone ask, do you think Meg would be this big if she was independent?
What does independent mean? Just
no Carl Crawford.
No. I think they helped put her sound out there.
Okay.
I really think they helped. According to what I heard, they didn't just sign her in 2019. They signed her earlier. Like when she was 20, they had like signed her. And they had put money into her knowing that, okay, you are going to be our biggest artist on this brand. And
okay.
They knew she was, not they knew she was going to blow up, but they wanted her to blow up.
Well, they knew they had something, I guess.
And they were putting effort into that.
They're trying to make it manifest.
And I think that's why. Because she didn't sign to Roc Nation until last year.
Yeah.
So which means a whole year, and whatever she was doing before that was all 1501.
Facts. And she had that buzz bubbling around her name for quite a while.
Before last year, September. Whatever.
Exactly. Because remember, we were talking early last year about her and the baby emerging.
Yes, I remember that.
and we came to 2020 with her, quote unquote, being the next female to take over, or at least to have her year. So you would imagine these guys are doing business with her for quite a while.
Yeah.
Can't just catch on when she's hot now.
Exactly.
You got to respect the people that got her there.
And she has to respect that.
I think she has to respect that as well. And yeah, I mean, her conversation is more so a general conversation about the music landscape, not about her deal specifically.
It was more of a lesson for everyone in music.
Facts. Someone tweeted like, Taylor, where you at? Use that white girl power you got.
Right?
To shed some light on this. Let's move on though, man. Yes. Let's move on. There's a very interesting tweet that came out
by Lil Baby yours.
This was on the 27th of February at the time.
Yes.
And it said, this was by Lil Uzi.
Yes.
Right? February 27th.
Okay.
Right. Doing something. He said, somebody tweeted to him, at Lil Uzi Vert, you got to drop the album before Rihanna drops hers.
2 albums that will never come out.
Right? Baby Pluto, a.k.a. Lil Uzi Vert, said, we're on the same team. If I drop, she drop.
Jeez.
If she drop, I drop.
Jeez. So that Rihanna come, is that what Uzi saying?
And you guessed it. Friday, March 6th. We got some little Uzi.
We got the new Uzi. Eternal that took eternity to get.
Absolutely talk about that in new music.
Yes, we will.
But what I do want to ask is Rihanna dropping? We need to know.
That's big news. That's big news.
For him to tweet that Feb 27 and drop on March 6th.
Are we trusting Uzi though?
No.
Uzi has told us his album was coming out for like 2 years now.
That is a fact.
And he even tells us this one was coming out.
So this tells us nothing? Damn.
But I do want that Riri 9 album
to drop right now. If we get an R99, whatever that shit's called.
Yo. Summer gonna be hot. Yo, she needs to drop it right before summer.
Riri, man. Come on.
Riri.
Gotta drop that music, Riri.
Do it for us.
Please.
Yo, Caribana's coming up. We got to
Yo, she might drop
June, July.
Second week of July.
Jeez.
No, the time
you need time
to build up.
Exactly. That's why you need June, like early June.
If she's smart, drop late May. May 2-4. Aren't there some Independence Days around that time?
May 2-4 weekend.
When's Barbados Independence Day? Like, May 19th, some shit, like around there?
I don't know. I've never once thought of that. I've never once thought of when's Barbados is.
She's Jamaican anyway, so.
Yo, Jamaicans claim Rihanna.
Let's move on, though. Let's talk about Flava Flav. Let's talk about
Flava Flav.
Public Enemy. Did you hear about this?
No. What is this? Too bad I don't really care much about.
Apparently, Flava Flav was kicked out of Public Enemy.
Okay.
And this was after the Bernie Sanders rally information that happened. It was something along the lines of Chuck D was going to perform at the Bernie thing under the
Public Enemy
name. Flav is like, what you talking about?
I ain't trying to support that.
I am Public Enemy as well. I ain't about this life. I'm cool. Chuck D says, well, you're out then.
Damn,
you're
just like that.
Just like that. Says you're out of the group. I was going to say, if she doesn't know who Public Enemy is, not even to say she might be too young for you, because they old people now.
Right? She might still be legal, She's still legal.
They're very old people now. But no, Flava Flav did respond. He basically said, oh, wow, this is the smallest text on the planet. Can I put this up on my phone real quick? Because
Public Enemy did not part ways with Flava Flav over his political views.
So Flava Flav responded. He says, are you kidding me now? Over Bernie Sanders? You want to destroy something that we've built over 35 years? Over politics? Politics?
Talking about
all because
politics.
I don't want to endorse a candidate? I'm very disappointed in you and your decisions right now, Chuck. Also, at Mr. Chuck D, I'm not on drugs, like you're saying, and have been clean for the past 10 years. I'm trying to talk like with my surreal voice, surreal world, surreal life. What was the show called? The Surreal Life? Or was it Surreal World?
Wait, Real World? Wait,
Surreal Life. The one on Much More Music. Yes.
Surreal Life.
That shit. Janice Dickinson and Flava Flav and the girl, the big husky girl that Flava Flav was with.
Yeah,
that show was sick, bro.
Yo, MTV has some shows.
And also, Mr. Chuck D, I'm not on drugs like you're saying I am, and I've been clean for the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's how he does that.
I've battled addiction before, and like millions of other Americans, I know the massive toll it takes. Chuck, you know better than to lie about shit like that. And Mr. Chuck D, I didn't sue you on Friday. I asked Bernie Sanders' campaign to correct misleading marketing. That's all it was. I'm not your employee. I'm your partner. You can't fire me. There's no public enemy without Flava Flav.
Flava Flav.
So let's get it right, Chuck. I agree with Flava Flav.
There is no public enemy without him.
That very true. Very true.
Yep.
But there was this interesting plot twist. I was like, huh? So apparently Public Enemy did not part ways with Flava Flav over his political views. In fact, Flava Flav has been on suspension since 2016, when he went MIA from the Harry Belafonte benefit in Atlanta, Georgia. This was the last straw for the group. He had previously missed numerous live gigs, from Glastonbury to Canada, album recording sessions to photo shoots. He always chose to party over work. Public Enemy Radio toured Europe and co-headlined with the Wu-Tang Clan in May 2019 without Flava Flav. They've also done numerous benefit shows without flavor. While Public Enemy Radio was moving forward, Flava Flav was starring on the reality show Growing Up in Hip Hop in New York, where an episode featured his children discussing the intervention and putting him into rehab. It's time to move on, and everyone wishes Flavor well. What are your thoughts on this? Just overall thoughts, just everything from it's such an influential group for decades. You're part of literally the Fight the Power movement is literally you guys. Breaking up over political views. Obviously, there's more than that. Obviously, this is kind of a not to say cherry on the cake, but I don't really know how to phrase it better than that. This is something was leading up to this. This is not an isolated incident in any way, shape, or form. But just what are your thoughts on this overall?
It just shows you that beef never, and not beef, but like you're never too old to argue. I guess I don't know what this. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. It just tells me, I don't know. I really don't know. Just you're a group. Honestly, it's a group. They can't just put the group's name on everything just because if one person doesn't agree with it, it's as a group. You can't use the group's name. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on Flava Flav's side with it. Like,
but now at what point? Again, let's play devil's advocate. At what point, if you're Chuck D, where it's like, yo, this guy's not coming to anything. This guy's not doing anything that we're doing.
Then
So what's up, like, bro? We're trying to like,
yo, bye.
You know what I'm saying?
I get both sides.
I get both. I mean, you hate to see it. It kind of tarnishes just what they are, what their legacy has been, what they've built over decades. You really hate to see it from that perspective, but. Some petty shit, man. The world's ending anyway. Global warming, the U.S. elections, everything along those lines is all bullshit anyway. So
exactly,
who gives a shit?
Who cares?
Let's move on.
Yep. Next bullshit.
What are we moving on to? We're moving on to Solange Common.
Are they an item?
Solange, my birthday twin.
Common.
Salamin. That might be the name of the episode. Solomon. Because when you spell it out, it's just.
Let me see how it is spelled out.
I'm looking at. Hold on. How do you amalgamate the spelling?
You put a G in there.
If somewhere. I put Salah, SOLAMMON. Salamin. That way it doesn't look like Solomon. Salamin. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Salamin, S-O-L-A.
So that way it looks like salmon?
Salamin. Okay, I'm with that. So far.
Salamin.
That might be it. So we're going to talk about Salamin, and we're going to talk about how they are indeed an item.
Kamaj.
No.
No, Salamin's way better.
We're doing a lot. Kamaj. That sounds like a scorpion finisher. So.
Kamaj.
A new couple alert. Common and Solange.
We need like a sound clue, like new couple alert.
Yeah, new couple alert, new couple alert. I do that for everything.
Yes.
Somebody tweeted that they both have a type.
I ain't got no type.
So Did you see Solange's ex?
No.
It's in the second link. It's in one of them links there. Hold on. It's in the third link.
The third link.
Take a look at that. And then scroll down.
Okay.
Check our YouTube to see
What we're
Shola's
looking
facial
at.
reaction.
What the hell? That's Common with a bigger beard.
That is Common with a bigger beard. And
Common's type is
Common's type. They did this to Common, even though I don't want to diss Angela Rye like that, even though that's Solange though. Like
oh
that.
yeah, you should be punning down.
So if you load up the
Angela
fourth
Rye.
link, you'll
Yes.
see the picture of
Bro,
yeah.
they definitely have a type.
yeah.
I won't
Yeah.
be surprised if Common's ex starts dating Angela Rye. Oh, sorry, not Common's ex. Sorry, Solange's ex.
Yeah, I don't know. Isn't there a big age difference there? Isn't Common like Hove's age?
Yeah, and Angela Rye was like 35.
No, well, I don't know. But
Jesus.
isn't Common like Jay-Z's age and Solange is younger than Beyonce?
I don't know. How old is Solange? You know Solange more than I do.
I don't.
No, I have no idea how.
I just know her birthday.
Is she younger than Solange? Than Beyonce?
Yeah.
Oh damn! Oh, there's a big age group.
Just saying.
Difference.
Just putting that out there.
Hey man, age is nothing but number.
I mean,
Love don't see no age.
I don't
As
know
Netflix
if
will
I
tell
want to
you.
use that phrase in 2020 after the R. Kelly doc, but
Okay, yeah, no, sorry.
each
Let me rephrase that.
their own.
Age is just a number when it's legal. There we go. And that's what next I was
Okay.
gonna say. And according to Netflix, Love is Blind.
Let me give you that, man. Come on, man. Let me give you that, man. Is it though?
No,
Because the percentage that
it's
Yeah.
not blind.
we won't spoil it.
It's not blind.
Anyways, man. Okay, let's move on to something serious. It's been like 35 minutes of this podcast. We haven't talked about a goddamn thing yet.
Yeah, we talk about
So-
Meg.
We did. That we did. Let me give ourselves some credit. I want to bring up a very interesting topic.
Yes.
I want you to pay attention to how I'm asking it.
Okay.
Now, it might be different for me to ask you this because where your fandom lies, or at least historically. But I asked the question, and when I ask the question to other people, the quick answer is usually not the answer when I tell them, think about it a little harder.
Okay. Go.
Okay. So somebody said this on Twitter. Please excuse me. Coffee. Somebody said this on Twitter. I was thinking about this earlier, and I kind of don't know. So I'm asking y'all, who's more influential in hip hop, Kendrick or Wayne?
Oh, Wayne.
Thank you. That's what I thought.
But that's not like even just because he's my personal favorite rapper than over
Yes.
Kendrick. Just one is just how long they've been in rap. Like over Wayne already
Yeah,
had like 10
of
years
course.
on him.
Of course. I mean, but don't
Yeah,
it's gonna sound wrong saying this, but I hope you know what I mean. Don't give longevity too much value.
oh, I'm not giving too much value, but
because
he does,
Kendrick still has a bona fide.
yeah, he has a career.
years,
Don't get me wrong.
right?
Yeah, it's just, but you gotta take that into consideration.
So when I think about the quick answer, people might say, well, Kendrick.
Yeah.
Because they might think Kendrick is the better rapper,
Mhm.
although that's still an argument in and of itself.
And it's relevancy bias.
Relevancy bias, yeah.
Yes,
So I can see people saying Kendrick, but when you think about it,
it's Wayne.
influential. Let's think about
Influential. That's the thing.
and when I think who's more influential, I think whose family tree is bigger,
Literally,
Right?
and musically,
and yeah, right.
Wayne has like 10 children.
But I do think about that. I think whose family tree is bigger when you think about music influences. And when I think about Kendrick, there are a lot of artists that I think about. I do think about the D Smokes of the
Mhm.
world. I do think about
Baby
the
Keem,
Reasons of the
fuck.
world. I do think about the Baby Keems of the world. I do
Mhm.
think about, to some degree, the JIDs of the world.
Yep.
And I think about a lot of dope artists that I love listening to,
J-Rock.
right? I wouldn't quite say J-Rock. That's more homies, same plane. If
Yeah,
anything,
but
J-Rock is...
It's still in the family tree though. Like
But
it
I
may be
wouldn't call it.
silent.
I wouldn't call that family tree personally.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't call that family
I'll call
tree.
that family tree.
But I think about a ton of dope artists when it comes to Kendrick Lamar, and yeah,
Mhm.
great. Those are artists that I love to listen to.
Yeah,
But if you think about Wayne's family tree,
it's huge.
every single artist on Wayne's family tree is on top of the world right now.
Yeah, Drake,
Young Thug, Drake, Lil Baby,
Nicki,
Nicki.
Tyga. When summer hits.
In the summer, it's facts. But influence has to be Wayne.
It is Wayne, hands down.
That's really what it comes
We're
down
not dissing Kendrick in any way whatsoever,
No.
but for this question, Wayne's number one, Kendrick's number
Listeners,
two.
let us know, are we tripping?
I don't think we are.
If we're tripping, we're missing something big.
Yeah, let us know what we're missing.
But let us know, are we tripping? Who is more influential? Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar. We think we don't even have to blink twice to answer this question. By far is Lil Wayne.
Yes.
Like, by far. Clear 10 times out of 10, I'm picking Lil Wayne for this.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Who's the better rapper? Different question.
That's up to
Different
debate.
question. But who's more influential? Lil Wayne.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad we're unanimous on that. Speaking of Kendrick Lamar. Did you hear about this pgLang shit?
No, who's pgLang?
So I don't fucking know. pgLang sounds a lot like Blank
PG Clucks.
Canvas Creatives.
Okay. Oh,
and
that's
Blank Canvas Creatives, if you don't know, go on Facebook.
Yeah.
Search for Blank Canvas Creatives, Canvas with a K. Search that up. It's a space by creators for creators. It's a multi-faceted network, right? I'm kind of talking shit, but I'm not. Go check that out for real. But Kendrick posted on Twitter. This was on March 5th. And he said, welcome to pgLang, pgLang.com.
Yeah.
Right? So, like all of us who fall for phishing emails at work, I clicked the link.
Oh, of course, duh. Kendrick put it out. It can't be bad.
I clicked the link, obviously. And so I clicked the link, and you know that art style where you grab like a paragraph and you color out all the words other than the words you want to say?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go on pglang.com, you will see a very interesting opening paragraph there. And everything will get blacked out except our community speaks different languages and breaks formats for the curious.
Damn. Okay, PJ. I'm
Right?
PG.
So the very first thing I thought was, damn, what does the real paragraph say? So someone in the comments graced us with a screenshot of what the webpage looks like before they start all that color blocking.
Yep.
Right? So pgLang. pgLang is a... Jesus Christ, I'm going to stop trying to look at shit on my phone, on the laptop,
Can't just zoom in on it like that? You can just do a two-finger zoom?
No, not on Apple, man. Not on Apple.
Apple's lacking.
I know. Trust me, they don't even have touchscreen yet.
Damn.
pgLang is a multilingual. Our community speaks music, film, television, art, books, and podcasts.
Hey, that's us.
Because sometimes we have to use different languages to get our point of stories across.
True. I agree with
Stories that speak to many nations, many races, and many ages. That's why our writers, singers, directors, musicians, and producers break formats when we build ideas and make them real for the curious. Putting around pegs through square holes is not a process, but we embrace the idea of anarchy and challenges that make us stronger. pgLang is focused on using our experience and nurturing our many collaborators to build stories that are equally accessible and engaging, then fitting them with the best of media. We are creators. pgLang. So Kendrick Lamar is behind this, man.
Shout out to pgLang. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this has to do with anything.
Damn, all their merch is sold out already.
The pgLang stuff?
Yeah.
It stuff look hard though. Low key.
It looks basic.
Yeah, basic is hard now.
Yeah, but like this looks too basic.
Too basic is too hard now. Drip too basic, I'm a drip too basic. Drip too basic, I'm a
drip too basic.
Drip too basic, I'm a drip too basic. And also, the album may or may not be coming.
I think it's coming.
Because Kendrick Lamar just deleted all of his Instagram posts.
Oh, that's a big...
Therefore...
album is coming.
Album's coming.
Yep.
Album's definitely coming. But shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
Shout out to Kendrick. We can't wait to listen to it. You already know what I'm saying.
Definitely. Let's move on to some Keep It or Leak It's.
Keep or leaks.
Keep It or Leak It, man. The first Keep It or Leak It, Boosie Badazz.
I already have an answer for that.
I'm going to press play on this.
Oh, God. What's he saying now?
Badass. If I come around you, you going to feel a effect. When I leave from around you, you going to know I've been there. TV has been begging me for the last 10 years. Boosie, please get on TV. Just Get on TV. Boosie, please. You won't see me act a damn fool. Here I go. My kids, I think they trying to find me a woman. You know who I want. The whole world know who I want. She want me too. It's just a matter of time. Rihanna, you know you want me. You know you fucking want me. Just all this black chocolate. All
I just cussing in front of his kids.
this fucking black. So look at them fucking black. Look at all this black chocolate. Look at these toes. Rihanna, you can see me anytime. I will flash your ass.
Yo, Rihanna, you need to come see my daddy. Yeah, he needs somebody in his life.
I want Rihanna. I got them island moves just like her. She think I ain't no rude boy. She think I can't work them hips.
Keep It or Leak It.
Keep, man.
Reality TV show starring Boosie Badazz. Clearly, it's going to be some kind of vlog-esque format where they follow his life and his trials and tribulations. Keep It or Leak It.
Keep that shit involved, man. Shout out to Boosie. I think he's a funny guy sometimes, but man, you should not be on TV. Man, you go deal with your kids.
I'm going to say leak it, man. I'm going to say leak it.
You're not even going to watch it, though.
I'm not, but it could make for some Twitter clips every once in a while.
You know what, you're right.
It makes the timeline funny.
He does have. It does that little clip he had there already.
Yeah, like it'll make the timeline funny.
I got the island moves.
It's got
the rude boy.
So I'm gonna say leak that.
Wow.
I'm gonna say leak that. Boosie, reality show. I say leak. You say keep. What do we do next for keep or leak?
Drake. This actually leaked, so.
This leaked.
This actually leaked. I don't want to put it in the new music section because I refuse to review leaked music.
I actually refuse to listen to it. See, you played it. I wasn't gonna be, a stifler. What do you call it? A stifler? Yo, guy, turn that off, guy. Yo, turn that off. Scene. I'm not trying to listen to that scene. But in my head, I was like, yo, fam, I'm not trying to listen to that scene.
This guy sounds like that guy must be balling.
But
I was not going to listen to it, but it was on my phone and it kept on itching. And it's like, yo, it's right there. Just press play. No?
I'm gonna say keep because I don't like leaks.
Press play.
Did the Kanye leak result in anything?
No, he didn't even use those songs. I think maybe he used the beat of one song out of the leak.
And that's why I don't like leaks.
Drake's definitely going to change his album. His album's not going to be.
But Drake, I think. Okay, this we just accidentally tied our way into a good conversation. Do you think Drake did this purposely? Because I'm saying yes. I think this was very intentional.
Tell me why.
I think he leaked it because we're in an era now where leaks don't happen. In fact, all you have to do is press upload.
For real.
We see music change literally from the 9 p.m. announcement to the midnight drop. We've seen music change.
We've seen music change after it's been released.
We've seen Kanye's album, the 331 version, and the pre-March 31st version.
Even
we've seen that happen.
Travis Scott with his song with Nav, where Nav's voice was hella low.
Yeah, his low, and now, then 2
days
all
later,
of a sudden it's tap tap tap. Like how's your voice high? How's your voice high now? Right?
It changes. Upload.
So I don't think leaks can happen anymore, personally. But at the same time, the leaking, we're from the era of the leak. Yes. That's what, 08, 09?
Something like that, yeah.
That's around the same era Drake became prominent, right? And
Drake
even
knows about the leak.
And even when Drake was super prominent, we're still in the leak era. 2011, 12. I would say 13, 14 was still prime leak era, right?
15, 14,
I think it kind of stopped in 13, 14.
When DSP started taking off.
So if I'm Drake, we know Drake has a genius rollout every single time.
He does.
I don't know how he does it.
He's Drake, man. That guy is
works
crazy.
Every single time.
He gets us every time. Like you had us in the first, and you had us in the second.
So why don't I do it in a nostalgic way, but not go so far back where you start having disconnect in terms of, we relate to this. Oh, we don't. What are you talking about? You old as shit. Let's make it to a point where everyone understands a leak. Everyone understands leak culture.
This is a leak.
So here's this leak that everyone on the planet can download with no problem.
It was so easy. Someone just like, here it is. Here's a zip file.
Drake.com. Here's the file. Like, there's no, like,
there was no
back in the day, you had to find the torrent. Yeah. You had to risk the virus.
Even when I sent it, I'm like, yo, should I even download this?
But it worked flawlessly. So I think it was intentional by Drake. I think it's a genius move because the streaming numbers are still going to come out anyway.
It's going to come. Yeah.
It's going to come out anyway.
It is.
So why the fuck not? But no, I think it was intentional. I guess that's where I was going with that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I didn't think of it that way. It could be intentional. It could be intentional. I wouldn't be surprised after you explained it. I wasn't going to listen to it, like I said, but I don't know.
So what do you think about it based on what you listened?
Drake's. If this was the album, he was batting 100%.
Was there any songs that we have heard?
I think War.
War. Okay.
That was the first track on there, and there's another track I feel like I've heard before, but other than that, no.
Okay. Everything else was new. Yeah. And how was it sounding? Rapper Drake, singer Drake?
Both. It was a little bit of both. Future was on like 3 tracks.
We're not seeing a Drake album with 3 Future tracks. Yeah. Fam, Future gets 25% of this album?
That's true.
Come on, man.
That is so true. I know,
I'm not buying that.
You know what? You're onto something.
I'm not buying that. But I'm for it, man.
Yeah, but yeah, so that leaked. It's cool, but Drake doing Drake.
We asked this question a million times. When do you think he's gonna drop? At this point, just
summer.
Oh,
did this sound like
a month? Give me a month. I have a very good hunch.
June. I say June.
I was thinking same time as Riri. Yeah, that early May, mid May.
Okay, I wouldn't be surprised.
June type, get it heat, get it.
Do you think this songs on this leak will be on his album?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, I'm with you.
I'm gonna say no.
Just want to see what
I'm gonna say no. Okay, and then final keep it or leak it. This one's obvious. We talked about the Kendrick, the pgLang.
It's not that obvious.
Everything was deleted. He must be coming out with an album. This is classic, and he's using a classic formula as well.
Delete everything.
Drake is using the leak formula. Kendrick's using I'm gonna delete everything
on my Instagram.
Beyonce formula. You know what I'm saying? Keep it or leak it. Whatever Kendrick comes out with.
I'm playing. Yo, look, this
Check
guy
our YouTube if you want to see the face that I just gave Shola right now.
Look like, all right, yo, we're done this podcast. Never recording again. I'm gonna find a new host.
Yeah, man. No, but further, what is it? Keep or leak?
Oh, leak. Come on. I don't. You said we don't need to explain that.
True.
There's certain people that just need. All you need to do is leak.
Exactly. Let's move on to shoutouts.
Let's go shoutouts.
Shoutouts it is, man. Let's get into these motherfucking shoutouts. We got 2 shoutouts in the building.
2 quick ones.
First shoutout is actually going to be to Boldy James.
Jeez.
We're gonna give a shout out to Boldy James. We're gonna give a shout out to Griselda.
Hey.
Boldy James. I actually talked about his album. I want to say about 4 weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Like that.
His album came out not too long ago. I enjoyed it. It was something about something. The Price of Fine China or some shit is what it's called. That was a project with Alchemist. Yes, it is a project with Alchemist, so I'm gonna like it regardless.
That's you.
Boldy James is from Detroit.
Jeez, that's Eminem's hood.
Griselda is Buffalo, obviously, right?
Not far.
But
from us.
Great question. It could be. It might just be by the casino.
It might just be by the
Rainbow Bridge, fam.
Imagine always just chilling there.
Maybe
by the casino.
Maybe they're at Walden Galleria and fucking.
What's the outlet mall? Premium, not Toronto Premium Outlets.
I forgot what that shit's called, man.
Yeah, the outlet mall.
Boldy James, he is currently serving as the opening act to Griselda's North American tour.
Jeez, are they coming to Toronto, by the way? Because I'm surprised you not spoke about it.
I think they are. I mean, I'm not going to go to Griselda's show per se.
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
It's like when Wu-Tang comes to town. Like, yeah, I want to go, but like...
I know what you're saying. I know those.
You know what I'm saying? But like I talk about Boldy James, he is currently serving as the opening act on Griselda's North American tour. And the stop in his hometown in Detroit on February 26th, it was announced to the crowd that he will be signing to Griselda Records.
Shout out to him.
Westside Gunn delivered the exciting news and also revealed that he will be executive producing Boldy's next project.
Hey.
This is very intriguing to me because Griselda is a Buffalo group and they've had their renaissance. They've had their moment where people are talking about them. They have positive perceptions around their name.
People like them.
In terms of what they bring musically to the table and what they bring as personalities and as sellable personalities.
Yep.
We know what they do with wrestling already and just all the work that they do there. We know Westside Gunn really is behind all the kind of management that goes on with them. Yep. Right? He's kind of like he's the Keenan Ivory Waynes.
Yeah, he's like the manager one.
He's the Keenan Ivory.
He's the business one.
But what's interesting about this is that you would think that, not to say Griselda wants to keep themselves in a box, but I didn't know they were ready to expand beyond Buffalo.
They're ready.
To say, hey, we want to be a record label that has all these dope artists, because we know they have dope affiliations already. Yes, they work with Alchemist and all those people. They work with the 38 Specials and the Shea Noirs of the world already. And Boldy James, of course, is already in that sort of same subgenre avenue of hip hop.
So makes sense.
It's a perfect harmony, but it is a shout out to Griselda just to see that expansion. I'm
That's good for
curious
them.
to know, do they become OVO, MMG,
Some good.
good music? Like, do they go in that direction? I'm very curious to see what happens there.
We'll see what happens.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Boldy James. Shout out to Griselda. Let's give them a round of applause. For making that business work. You know what I'm saying?
Work.
Second shout out
Yes.
has to go to Meg The Stallion. Let's just give her
a round.
an extended round of applause. Because I do want to ask this question. Is this a rollout or a capitalization of the moment?
Capitalization of the moment.
I don't know that.
Because they went legal. Only because they went legal. And she
Hey
got
guys,
some legal
I
documents.
can't release music, but wait till my new music drop on Friday.
But she got it. She got.
Why was she on First Take?
Wait, the sports show?
She was on First Take.
Oh yeah, because they knew her shit was dropping.
Who got her on First Take? That's my question.
Oh, Rock.
Oh, The Rock did. You think The Rock did that?
Yeah, she's still signed to the Rock, so they get a piece of her money. So they want to push her album or her mixtape or whatever she's dropping. So they're going to put her out there.
Or is this a rollout where all three parties involved are like, yo, let's just start a beef.
Oh, there was some. You know what?
Start a beef. Run some music.
But like, no, because 1501 won't want his name like in the tarnished like that. Exactly. Like, it's still a business for him. Record label still.
So it is a capitalization.
It is a capitalization.
It's not a rollout.
Exactly. I feel like this was something they knew was gonna happen, and then 1501 party said, "Nah, you can't drop your mixtape because you haven't paid us yet." And Rock was like, "All right, let's go get the."
You want to bet?
Exactly. And that's what happened.
Here goes this little fucking capitalization rollout.
Yep.
Okay, I'm on board with you. I think she is capitalizing on the moment.
But hey, shout out to
her
her
and her
for
team is capitalizing on the moment.
Good on her to recognize that.
Definitely.
And take advantage
Definitely.
of it.
So shout out to Meg The Stallion for
Freeing
finding the silver lining. She gets an extended applause there. So, new music then. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Nope, you're not wrong.
New music. You already know what it is. New music report. As usual, shout out to Boosie Fade. Boosie. For providing that list of albums that have come out for the week. This week, we got a decent amount of albums.
We did. I didn't bump a lot.
We got a late addition to that list.
We did.
We'll get to that later on. But let's start listing them off. So albums that came out this week. Jhene Aiko came out with Chilombo. Meg The Stallion came out with Sugar. Rory from the Joe Budden podcast asked a very interesting question. Kyle Dion, his album's name is Sugar. Capital spelling like that. Does Meg got to pay?
If you didn't copyright it, no, he don't. No, she don't.
Facts.
Copyright your shit, people.
Jadakiss came out with Ignatius. Jay Wiss came out with Peace of Mind.
So that name sounds so familiar.
It does. Bankroll Fresh.
Yep.
In Bank We Trust.
R.I.P.
CJ Fly with Rude Boy.
Good
album.
Juelz Santana.
Yes.
With hashtag Free Santana.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
He must not be releasing music too. Record label blocking him.
Crooked Eye or King Crooked. He came out with the 16 Chapel.
So I saw them like, wait, is that Crooked Eye or is that King Crooked? 'Cause I thought he changed his name from Crooked Eye.
He did.
I like Crooked Eye.
I like Crooked Eye, the name, but he changed it to King Crooked.
So we change it back just for this album, or
no? I just think whoever listed it under Crooked Eye.
Shout out to that person, because that person knows. And I know that person listens to music from time.
Facts. The Jacka came out with Murder Weapon. That one sounded familiar. I feel like I heard of that.
Jacka?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is not familiar.
Huh. DJ K Slay came out with Living Legend. I want to hear that one.
I actually listened to that song. A lot of it's New York. It's your style.
Yeah, I want to listen. That's K Slay, man. That's K motherfucking
DJ K Slay.
I would love to listen to that.
I see.
Lil Uzi Vert, obviously.
Shout out to Kyle. That who does this? Kyle. Oh, Ryan. Shout out to Ryan. Yo, I just knew it was a white man name.
Oh man, that's funny.
But please, you gotta condense these singles. Like I know there's a lot of singles out there, but some people don't need to.
Nah, the job is to announce the singles.
You know what? You're right. You know, that's just a personal.
So
thing,
then
man.
you know we can't.
So personally, I'm not a fan of it, but that's just personally. So don't take it offensively.
Fair enough. Singles though, what came out?
Lil Uzi Vert, That Way, Juicy J, Fuck Columbia Records.
Oh yeah, that album, that project. I mean, that record did come out.
That was not on. So that was the other thing. That was not on Spotify. Brockhampton Sugar featuring Dua Lipa. Big look for them. Dua Lipa.
I saw them advertise that. Yeah,
that's huge.
It's a big look, but I hope it picks up because Wale did that on
Dua Lipa?
Shine in 2017.
Yeah, but Dua Lipa wasn't.
Dua Lipa was Dua Lipa. In fact,
she hit that. She had her biggest song in 2019.
I followed Dua Lipa.
Bro, she had her biggest song.
I thought Dua Lipa was gonna be like Snow Allegra fam. That's how long I was following.
She just
Dua
had
Lipa.
her biggest song last year.
2 years ago.
Exactly, 2018.
Anyways, before
everyone knew who she was. I know who Dua Lipa was in 2017.
I did.
Well, again, you knew. The world didn't.
Fair enough.
Juice WRLD, Jack and Jill. That song was not on Spotify as well. Gunna, Skybox.
Dexter. Famous Dex.
Yes.
Goats.
Knowledge. You I think you talked about it.
Knowledge
before.
is all over SoundCloud, bro. I'm sorry,
he's on
Knowledge. I
SoundCloud?
love listening to Knowledge's beats, but
he's on SoundCloud.
it's on SoundCloud.
Okay,
bro.
with something
What
called
to
Don't
do?
Be Afraid and BCTMS Not Promise. Don't know what that means.
Chief Keef came out with a few. One called G Unit, the other one called The Glow Files, Part 4.
Fivio Foreign, that's our boy.
Hey.
He came out with Lightwork Freestyle, which I kind of want to listen to now.
Okay. We got Wi-Fi's Funeral. We talked about last week. Lil Peep with Vertigo.
Oh, I didn't listen to that.
Jadakiss, Government Cheese, featuring Dej Loaf, Nino Man, and Millies.
BJ the
But
Chicago Kid.
that's on the album anyway.
Oh, BJ the Chicago Kid. He came out with. Oh, I lost on the list. Where the fuck is BJ? Oh, The People.
Yeah. I saw that one.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Your Girl Bad Baby came out with Dollar Sign featuring Lil Got It.
That's my girl.
No,
she's not. I'm joking. For first time listeners, I don't listen to Bad Baby.
And I think that's all we got, man. I'm not gonna talk about videos because I don't watch videos.
Me neither.
But yeah, a lot of music.
Let's go into the
albums. A lot of
albums.
music, but at the same time, not really much music.
Yeah, not much we listen to.
That's a fact. So let's get into what we actually listen to in that case.
Yes, sir.
You want to start with Lil Uzi?
Let's start with the headliner.
Start with Lil Uzi, man. Lil Uzi, Eternal, a Take. What time did this come out? Because you texted me.
Yeah,
I just went in the group chat.
Yeah, I went on Instagram and then someone was like, Lil Uzi's album finally dropped or something. I was like, what? I didn't see it this morning.
Yeah.
So then when I searched Lil Uzi and it came up, Eternal Take. I was like, oh, I clicked it. It was the actual Lil Uzi. I was like,
yeah.
Oh shit, so I guess it dropped.
16,
and that's when I texted you.
18 songs at an hour and 2 minutes.
It's kind of long. Not even going to lie. For Lil Uzi, it's kind of long.
Did it feel long? That's always going to be my question.
Yeah, it did.
Really?
Honestly,
it did not feel long for me.
The first time I listened to it, I think I was in the right space because I was not loving it.
Really?
The second time, I'm not done my second listen. I'm feeling a lot better. I was on my way here.
I was in the right space.
See, like me, I wasn't.
From second number one, song number one, I was in the right space.
So
this album knocks, bro. This album slaps, bro.
It does. I'm not even arguing with it. My second listen was on the way here. I started from where I stopped and I was like, yo, this song bombs. This song bombs. And I started from the beginning again. I was like, yo, I'm like track number 5 now. I was like, whoa. Yeah, last night I was not in the right headspace to listen to this.
So I was listening to track number 2, Low Main.
Yo, that song's fire. That song is fire.
Think about Eon, man. She let me touch for the free iron, man. So you know that's a must like Elon, man. They was saying I was spinning, you was saying I'm counting up green like a pea pie, man. I was holding down my team like mine.
I forgot he has a very tight record label.
He does. UMG.
Our episode is being removed.
Rock.
Go on YouTube if you want to see how we just danced to that little silent soundbite that you're not listening to.
Oh yeah, because you didn't hear it. You just hear some moving. Imagine the song in your head, Low Main by Lil Uzi Vert.
Silly Watch was fire.
Silly Watch. I like his flow on Silly Watch. He had a flow on there, and I was like,
definitely Silly Watch.
I like my baby. Yeah. I like my dick when that video.
What kind of what producer is this?
I know that song, right? Let me get it.
That sound. That's not Pure Born. That sound is.
It's almost like Take
no. It's like he works with Thing a lot.
Who?
He works with in New York. I'm LA.
Oh, that's Pure Born.
This is Pure Born.
What? I don't know who it is. But that person you just talked about. Let's go, Mario.
I came in with a new 40 Glock. Fuck on your bitch, make that hoe on a milli rock. I'm with my boys and no
It's just called Super Mario.
Funny money, no, this is not no silly guap. Got a richer milli, this not a silly one. All this
Yo, his flow is something else.
That flow is stupid. Shout out to Super Mario on that one.
That's his name, yep.
Holy shit. Let's kind of quicken this up a bit. Track number 16, part 2 or P2.
Yo, I was like, yo, this song sounds so familiar. I love it. And then he started singing. I was like, yo, I just made All My Friends Are Dead part 2.
I don't really care, 'cause I'm done. I don't realize it's not fun.
I'm like, this sounds like an empty version of All My Friends Are Dead.
It is.
I love this album though. I love it. We could go track by track, and I'll say the same thing about every song.
There's some tracks I feel like he could have, we could have done without.
I don't think so, man. I really don't think so. You know what this album reminds me of a lot? It reminds me a lot of not Love Is Rage. Lil Uzi Vert versus The World.
Was that the one?
That's the one with Canada Goose, High Roller, Money Longer.
Okay, yeah. Because
Team Rocket.
It was definitely not Love Is Rage 2.
No,
because that's what that's what I was expecting. This the first time I put it on. That's why I got so disappointed at first.
I was expecting Lil Uzi Vert versus The World.
So
I got Lil Uzi Vert versus The World.
And that's what you got. I got Love Is Rage 2 because I like Love Is Rage 2.
This is phenomenal, though.
But it's pretty good. I need to listen to it a little bit more.
To some degree, we jokingly talk about Uzi's greatness. To some degree, right? We kind of joke around about it.
Yeah.
But it says something when you are in such we talked about homogenous music. When you're in a homogenous space and you stand out.
Yeah.
I don't know how, like, that's not easy.
That's Uzi.
Like, it's like Thug can do it, Uzi can do it, Lil Baby is starting to do it, and that's it.
Yeah, it's hard to, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Stick out and especially in rap today.
I was thoroughly impressed with this album. I have nothing but really good things to say about it.
I gotta listen to it a little bit more.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That I gotta say for
without a doubt. But I think we're starting to get the heavy hitting that we want.
From Uzi,
this is in general, you know, this is good music coming out in March.
Finally,
weather's starting to heat up. Let's see what happens now.
The windows down, the Uzi bumping.
Let's really start to see what happens now.
Hide your daughters, hide your wives.
Uzi, I'm completely on board. Do you have any rating for this album, or you still want to soak it in some more?
I need to soak it in because if I go off how I felt last night, I'm giving this like a 5.
Fair enough. No, I really enjoyed it. Otherwise, I definitely want to see the staying power that it has.
That too.
And it's funny because earlier this week I was saying to myself, bro, we're in March, bro. We got no music.
We had no music, to be honest.
Because I was talking to my chiropractor, and he's like, yo, what has really come out this year, right? No. And I had to show him the pod because we do music reviews, right? I was like, honestly, bro, I just use the pod nowadays as a chronicling
of.
And I'm like, low key,
nothing's dropped.
D Smoke and Mick Jenkins are the only 2 albums I like this year.
I don't know.
I mean, a few R&B projects like Tink and whatever.
I don't know if I even liked anything this year.
That's what
I go through my list. I'm like, everything's from last year. I'm still bumping.
So I'm like, nothing's really.
Shout out to Uzi. Definitely on top of our list. If we're doing a list right now for mid-year review, Uzi's up there.
Uzi would be there by default.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
kind of have
by
to
default because he's the best thing to drop.
I was thoroughly impressed by that. Lil Uzi, Eternal, a Take. Definitely worth the listen. I will talk about a couple of albums very quickly then.
I got one album after.
Juelz Santana came out with Free Santana, right? So that one came out on March 3rd. So we saw another Monday release in that case. I'm really liking the Monday release thing.
I like it too.
We had Lil Nudie. We have Young Nudie last week. We have Juelz Santana this week. I'm really feeling that. Let's see what happens. If anything happens next week. 10 songs, 35 minutes. That one, a lot of features on it, to say the least. Let me just load that up.
New York features?
Features all over the map. You can say features that he has relied on in the past.
Okay.
Right? So you can say...
No surprises.
Dave East is on there.
Okay.
New York Connection.
Yeah.
Jim Jones is on there. Not surprising. 2 Chainz.
Not 2 Chainz is 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Man's everywhere.
Lil Wayne. They've worked together.
Surprising.
They've worked together in the past. Belly is on there as well.
Ooh, that's surprising a little.
Shout out to Belly.
But shout out to Belly's doing his thing.
Jeremiah.
No, it's not really surprising.
Jim Jones again.
Yeah,
Lil Wayne again. A Boogie with the Hoodie.
New York Connection.
At that point, right? So yeah, a little bit more New York bias.
Like you said, nothing out of the ordinary. It's not like a Lil Uzi in there and Lil Skies.
I wasn't overly impressed with it. I'll play the first track, 23 and 1.
That's not bad. That's my record.
Then he said, don't cry, this is God plan. Hearing that did something to my soul, cause he only 14 years old. Whoa. Crackers trying to fish fry a nigga. Told him shit, if it was my gun, it would have been bigger. Not no 2-shot, 38 bullshit. Nah.
Don't forget, I'm going to say something to you that you maybe forgot about Juelz Santana.
I did.
And then keep listening with what I just say. Don't forget he has no teeth now. So he got teeth put in.
Oh, shit.
So you can hear the now listen.
Been an FM with some blue chips. And them 2-stock 20-round full clips. Let them niggas know I'm still with the bullshit.
Sounds like a lisp.
I spoke to Meek on the phone.
He sounds like Trump.
He sounds like a little lisp.
He sounds like Donald Trump when he's on Adderall.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 50s.
Fuck, that's funny. There was a song on here that people thought he was talking about Cameron. I don't remember what song that is.
You a little bitch boy, you wearing all pink. Like a little bitch boy, bitch, I'm in the brink.
Not like that.
I wish I was a nigga you never met.
This is a song. He may or may not be talking about Cameron.
This was supposed to be a forever thing. Now it's just a whatever thing, long as the cheddar's clean. I rep dust over everything. Never thought these were the times I would have to consider severing. Gotta face my worst times just to get the better things. Broken heart, just memories. Watch close friends die before my eyes. Made it easy to bury niggas I once admired. You ain't built this shit by yourself, nigga. You just forgot that we all need help, nigga. For worse or for better. But that just taught me that nothing is forever.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
decent. Right? Again, I do like what I've mentioned this before. I do like what older rappers are doing. T.I. came out with recent music. Styles P is always going to drop recent music. Just the names that are coming out with music right now, I do like how they're getting into their sound and their space, and they're not pressuring themselves to sound young. Again, I sound like a broken record because I have mentioned that on more than one occasion. But this album, like I said, it's decent.
It's all right.
It's decent. It's definitely meant for an older audience. It definitely gives me the sound, the vibe, the feel that like a 35, a 40-year-old would enjoy. And that's not saying anything bad per se. It's just where I think that music necessarily will have its enjoyment value.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
But yeah, that one was cool. Juelz Santana, #FreeSantana is the name of the project. It's pretty decent. I do want to talk about the Meg The Stallion project. You didn't listen to it? I did not listen. You listened to it? I did listen to it.
Okay, tell me about it.
I did listen to it. I was
not trying to listen to this.
I'm not going to say forced to listen to it, but I was in the room
when it was getting played,
where it would be played,
and
you know what I'm saying?
Couldn't not stop it.
Listen, man. Jokes aside, we talk about Meg's flow. We talked about how it's one-dimensional. We talk about how we can't get into it. Yeah. Those opinions will not change.
Never. It's not against her,
but it's that more said, she's not horrible. We just don't relate,
and that's fine.
Prefer it, and it's not even relate. Forget relate. I can't. Like certain flows, I just can't do.
Mine, that's it. That's relating.
Right.
If I don't relate to your music, it's not an indictment of your music. It's just me
I don't
saying.
think it's only relating though. I think it's beyond relating. Because I listened to this project and I didn't even really hear the subject matter once, so it wasn't really of a am I relating or not.
But that is relating though, because if you're relating to it, you will be listening to it.
Let me play this one track here. This one's called Captain Hook, and I was listening to this and I was like, this motherfucker's spitting. That's why I said to myself, hold up, Captain Hook.
And I copy, ayy, yeah, bitches poppin', I do what they copy, ayy. Nigga getting super jealous, he don't even know about the other fellas. I need a Mr. Clean, make that pussy beam. Okay, I just might need a baker, make that pussy cream. Okay, you woke up mad at me, before you ain't brush your teeth. That shit super sad, fucking carpe diem. I'm so indecisive, you can cuff me, but I'm wifey. I just want a nigga who gon' slurp me like a icy. Bitches bite me so hard, I had to put them on a diet. Bitches say
I just heard the lyrics and I was like, yeah, I kind of have to stop.
I'm trying to bop to it. I can't bop to it.
You can.
I can't bop to it. I was trying.
Shout out to her. I've never said she's bad at her thing. I just don't listen to it. It's like how I don't listen to country music,
Yeah, I mean, this one's a short one. This one's like 9 songs, like 25 minutes or some shit.
So she ain't getting
we only have Gunna and Kehlani on this one.
Shout out to Kehlani.
Her single is on it, BITCH.
Bitch.
I'm trying to think what else is on here. Nothing that we've previously heard from her otherwise.
Okay.
Again, just not for me. I tried listening to it. It's not terrible. I can see how women would like it.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I can see how anyone would like it.
Yeah.
Just not for me personally.
That's it. I'd be like that sometimes.
Jhene Aiko, Chilombo.
That's all you, bro.
Fam. 20 songs, an hour and 3 minutes.
Jesus Christ, a lot of singing.
She starts with Triggered. So that's that song. Motherfuckers know I'm triggered.
I do not know any of her songs. I don't listen to Jhene Aiko.
You don't listen to Jhene?
Nope.
You need some healing in your life. You gotta listen to some R&B, man.
Nah, man, R&B is too slow.
You really do.
Nah.
So she starts with an intro. She starts with Triggered Freestyle. Then she has a song called None of Your Concern featuring Big Sean. I was feeling a couple of songs on here. I will say I only listened to the first half of it.
Okay.
Because an hour of Jhene is too much.
Right?
At that point. The second half of the album I'm actually really looking forward to because I stopped at track number 12. And track number 14 is called 10,000 Hours featuring Nas. And she still has
10,000 hours long.
It's not 10,000 hours long. She also has a song called Lightning and Thunder featuring John Legend.
Jeez.
She has a song called Party For Me featuring Ty Dolla $ign. And all three of those are on the second half of the album. So I'm absolutely looking forward to that part of it.
Do you like what you heard so far?
I really do like what I heard so far. The first half of it has Dr. Chill on there, Ab Soul, Future, Miguel, her, as well as Big Sean. A lot of songs that I like on here. So Triggered, I do like. Pussy Fairy is already on the list. And a lot of other songs I like. So this one's called BS. This one features her.
Know how to deal with me. Done fucking with you. Don't know how to love me. Done dealing with you, so I'm back. It seemed like I get so much and don't get nothing back. I really thought it was love, but you're so fucking whack.
Caption music, Caption music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Her comes in. Her is elite. Sometimes you know an artist is elite, but other times you just feel their presence.
Her is nice.
I just met your roommate, put him on my to-do.
That's all I gotta do. You just feel it. You feel the aura, like.
Doing me. Back up on some new shit, everything in between. I'm out here, I'm getting stupid. I'm done being exclusive.
Nah, that motherfucker spitting. I really like that one. I liked the Ab Soul track. That one's called One Way Street. I really liked Surrender. Surrender is track number 10. Yes.
Bet you at the edge of my mind, thinking about a thread in lifeline. Just when you would ask for closure.
The BPMs are definitely lower on this whole project.
You can tell.
I also really like track number 11. That one's called Trying to Smoke. And you goddamn right if you guessed that I did that while
back home smoking legal.
Meditating.
Yes, very important. You see, it teaches you two things, awareness and acceptance.
Yes.
And here is track number 11, Trying to Smoke.
What's up, man? What you want? Hey, man.
Right now, plant the seed sometime. I wish that I was high, 'cause I can't live my life on this low. I can't live that way. So I'm gonna call the bros, tell them roll up one right now. I'm trying to keep myself from looking over the edge.
What I will say about this album, it's definitely not an album that you can just sort of pick up and go.
Yeah.
It's one of those albums that you really have to sort of set the mood for, whether you're going to go candlelights, whether you, jokes aside, whether you really are about to
back home smoking legal,
whether you're about to pop some popcorn and listen to some shit before you bump a movie, whether you're about to head into the bathtub. Whatever you're about to do, this is more of a body of work where you have to set the mood.
Yeah.
You can't just pick up and go. You know what I'm saying?
As you go. Yeah.
But, definitely a very enjoyable project. I do look forward to listening to the second half of it. But prior to that, obviously, I don't feel like I can really talk about it at large. But in the meantime, from what I have heard, Jhene Aiko, Chilombo, go download that.
Shut up. Okay.
You said you listened to one more project.
Yes. Someone that I liked. He had one song can't remember the name of the song, but it blew up kind of. His name is Bankroll Fresh.
Okay.
He passed away in 2016, March 4th. So this was almost an anniversary of his death because it came out when March 5th, March 4th. Did it actually come out March 4th? What's Friday?
Friday was March 6th.
So whatever. But it was supposed to be an anniversary of his death 4 years ago.
Right.
So this was called let me just get the name back out. Sorry, guys. In Bank We Trust. It was already done before he actually passed away, but he was working on his clearances, on clearing some samples or whatever. So it finally got cleared. So his mom released it for him. That's why I did listen, because usually I don't listen to people's posthumous album just because it's not like their touch. It's someone else's touch. Someone thinking it's their touch.
Right.
But this actually was his touch. It's not a bad album, but you can tell it was a 2016 album.
Right.
It definitely did not age well.
Okay.
In 2016, it would have slapped.
Right.
2021 or 2020.
2021, man.
It's not slapping, but RP the Bankroll Fresh. I'll probably give it a one more. I only listened to it once.
Okay.
And I think I only went like 10 songs in.
Fair enough.
But I will listen to it again. Maybe again. Yesterday was just not the best day, so maybe that was part of it. We'll see. Maybe in a different day will be better.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Bankroll Fresh, 12 songs, 38 minutes. Needs more listening.
I think that's a very common theme this week, is that there are projects that need a little bit more listening. One project that, in my opinion, doesn't really need more listening, because I was thoroughly impressed by it. I thought it would be my release of the week, and it actually ended up being my release of the week, so I was very satisfied with this. This one's by CJ Fly. This one's called Rude Boy. CJ Fly, if you have not seen that name before, listen to a Beast Coast project, listen to a Joey Badass project. What's the other group?
Pro
Era. Just listen to that affiliation of music. You will see CJ Fly's name everywhere.
Okay.
Right? So I knew when I saw him on the list there, I was like, I know what?
I've seen that name before.
This is probably aight. Because I was thinking he's either affiliated with Badass or he was affiliated with Jamila Records. I was thinking one or the other. I couldn't really remember which one. So I knew I was in for some good stuff. So I played this album. First of all, Static Selecta is the production on everything.
That's good.
So that's a great sign. That's like Boldy James, where you see Alchemist everywhere. You're like, okay,
that's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Someone's doing good.
Static Selecta all over it. You have the features that you want to see on here. You have Joey Badass.
Yep.
You have Oshun, Kirk Knight. You have Lexi Paz. You have
Conway.
A few other. Conway's on here as well. Yes, Conway is on here. A few names on here. I enjoyed a lot of this. I'm going to play track number 2. It's the title track. It's called Rude Boy. It features Joey Badass. Not to say I don't enjoy CJ Fly's part, but Joey Badass is on some shit.
Y'all been washed up, lost in the sauce. Look at these imposters as I'm sitting proper in my rude boy posture. But been popper, who shot ya? Yeah, can I'm with the potwa. Shoot shots of them, done know that. Picking niggas off, no Kodak. I gon' put your picture on your shirt like I owe that. Tell this mama hold that. My condolence, it's my controlling. Anytime this microphone is in my holdings.
That epitomizes the project perfectly. It's classic boom bap. It's Static Selecta all over it. It's kind of the Beast Coast squad, a Beast Coast sound all over this. You're getting boom bap. You're getting the cuts. You're getting the scratching type of sound within there. It's a very thorough project. It's a very quality project. This reminds me of 2018.
Okay.
With the way that I talked about music. It was just, there were so many quality projects out in 2018. Whether you consider them top or not.
There was just a lot.
There was just quality. You couldn't deny the quality. And I think that's what we get from the CJ Fly project.
Shout out to CJ Fly.
I really, really enjoyed a lot of it. There's a track called Grew Up. And tell me if you can recognize which flow he's taking here.
Wasn't taught to say like a substitute. That's another reach into my pocket for my banger. Would have been inside the slammer if we thought to bring a hammer. Cause if they choose to violate, then we have to retaliate. Start raising up.
Not that song. I meant to say track 9.
Okay.
Track 9 is called Jux. Tell me what flow he's taking. Wait, hold on. Toronto slang. Tell me what flow he's juking.
Good one.
Get whatever's coming. I know karma is a bitch. I can't worry about that because I don't got time. bunch of other fuck shit that I got on my mind.
Is that actually DMX?
It's not DMX.
Yo, what the hell is that?
That is
Sounds like
CJ
DMX.
Fly. Let me continue that.
This what I do, ain't ever dropping a dime. Saw someone walking with a phone that was about to be mine. Spotted my prey, then I crept up on him like a ninja. Put my hoodie on my head and my index on the trigger. Let my hood fall.
Yo, fat.
Yo, he sounds exactly like DMX.
CJ motherfucking Fly, my nigga.
Yo, DMX should hook up with CJ Fly, get him to go some production on your beats, and
Fly.
DMX might be out here.
God damn, that was definitely my release of the week, my surprise album of the week. CJ Fly, go get that. That one's called Rude Boy. I'm definitely going to continue listening to that. That one's definitely going to stay in my rotation. And again, I'm happy when I can find quality music. I think I found at least 3 quality albums this week in Jhene, in Lil Uzi Vert, and in CJ Fly.
Lil Uzi for sure.
All right. That's all I got for new music.
I got nothing
That's
else.
all we got for new
any
music.
singles.
So let's end the segment off by asking the question, what is in our motherfucking rotation? I'll start.
Okay, you do that while I try and get my shit figured out.
So my rotation, a little bit all over the place. I did win the playlist challenge.
That last explosion.
So this week's theme for the winner, me. This week's theme is trap music from the 2000s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was my exact reaction.
Ooh, that was gonna be a little. I
don't want to spoil it yet, but put it this way: I ended up finding out where to go in terms of my direction.
Yeah, you got to start
because I started with 24's Ti, and I was like, I know where to go now.
Okay.
And I just reminded myself of like Kazaa, LimeWire era,
and the
that Piff era to some degree, and I'm like, what songs did I used to download, put on my mix CDs? Da 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 da. Okay. I don't sitting sideways. Not quite. 281-330-8004.
Really.
So I'm trying to 8-ball MJG and I'm like, okay. So I figured it out.
Okay.
I figured it out. But in my rotation, so my rotation is going to be a little bit skewed based off of that. But I do have a little bit of Lil Baby, My Turn. I played a little bit of that.
Did you like that?
I did like it. I did like it for sure. I tried to play Synthetic Soul by Child. Still have not got through that one yet. I played DiCaprio 2 by JID. I played a little bit of The Allegory by Royce da 5'9".
Okay.
It's not growing on me the way I want it to, unfortunately.
Damn.
I hate to say that. I bumped Everything's for Sale by Boogie. I bumped Young Jeezy, Let's Get It, Thug Motivation 101. I bumped The Circus by Mick Jenkins. I bumped Black Habits by D Smoke. Again, those 2 albums really are my only 2 I'm still listening to it this year albums so far.
Yeah, you said that.
Not really including R&B again because I kind of forget where R&B goes specifically. I did bump my game-winning playlist called #Black Magic. Go look it up on Spotify. #Black Magic, 10 songs, 40 minutes. Starts with Solange's Almeida, ends with D Smoke's Black Habits. You already know what it is. I bumped Harlan and Alondra by Buddy. Great fucking album. I haven't bumped that one in a little while.
I need to bump that too.
Holy shit. I have not bumped that one in a little while. I did Artist Shuffle by Jay-Z, of course. And I didn't even talk about the Jadakiss project at all. I barely listened to it. I'm not going to review it this week. I'm going to review it next week. And that's kind of it. Otherwise, again, just I bumped Season Ticket Holder. My bad. I bumped Season Ticket Holder by Rick Ross, Udonis Haslam, and Dwayne Wade.
Yo, I would never. I still can't listen to that song.
And that's pretty much all I got, man. Otherwise, some other trap stuff that I'm just trying to find a playlist for.
All right, I'll start here.
Please do.
Come Over When You're Sober, Part 1.
Okay.
That's some Lil Peep. Get Turned playlist on Spotify. I was looking for something to listen to.
Yeah.
I was hoping I could find something in there that was.
I'm not mad at that.
Just lead me to the right direction. Would then lead me to Under Pressure by Logic.
Yes.
Fire album. Your Top Songs 2016. My 2017 is trash. 2018 is even worse.
Damn.
This guy named Luke Christopher. I spoke about him before.
I feel like I've heard it.
Yeah, there's 2 EPs came out with 5 years ago. I like them. One called Tomorrow, the other called Yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So,
I do remember that. I remember you said that.
I bumped that. Russ. Zoo album, though.
Okay.
I bumped that one because that's my favorite album from him. You're going to laugh, but I just kind of felt like in a poppy mood. So, Natasha Bedingfield.
Yo, I fucks with Bedingfield.
Unwritten.
Rain on your
And these words.
Yo.
Oh, no, not
fucks
these words.
with
Pocket
Bedingfield,
of sunshine.
I
got
fuck
a pocket full of sunshine. Yo,
I'm
I
not
bump
even
those
laughing
songs.
at that. I'm dead ass. I fuck with Bedingfield.
Pop Smoke is growing on me, man.
Yes. Yep.
Dior.
Yep.
And Gotti. Oh, I
Yep.
probably bumped those songs 10 times back to
Yep.
back to back to back to back. She loved him the way that I park. She loved the way that I woo. She loved the way that I rock. This is Kanye West.
Yes.
I was in my Kanye West bag.
Of course.
DJ K-Slay, Living Legend. I guess I bumped that one, so I'll put that in there. And to end this off, Stormzy.
Yes.
Yes. Forgot what's the name of this album.
Oh, what's that?
Oops. Why is it playing? Sorry, guys.
This guy panicking.
Sorry?
I don't know what the name of the album is, but I said you were panicking.
Oh, yes, I was. The name of the album is Heavy is the Head.
Yes.
So I bumped that album. Moneybagg Yo.
Time Served.
Time Served, fucking fire album.
Played.
Yo, I love that song.
I love that song. Yeah.
And everyone's favorite Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me for being
Pulling out the coupe
antisocial.
out the lot.
Love that song too.
Tell him fuck swell fuck.
Oh, actually, I went back. Last one. YNW Melly. Melly versus Melvin. I still fucking love that guy's voice.
That was a real good album.
I would never not like that guy's voice.
Melly. Yeah, I gotta go back. I gotta go back and bump that one.
But than that ends my rotation.
All right, so let's get off that rotation. And in that case, random thoughts in that case.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. So very quickly, ESPN style, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. We talked about them last week as well as the week prior.
Yes, we did.
Apparently, save the date. It's not showing me on here. Actually,
it was like July something or something.
July 18th.
Yeah.
At the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. I'm surprised. I thought Fury was going to try to take him to the UK because he may have been the A side now.
Yeah.
But Fury obviously knows there's money in
And
America
that's this year,
and wants
right?
to. Yes.
Is it now? I don't know. I'm asking you. Isn't that kind of too close
No.
for a fight?
Not at all.
I don't know.
Boxers will try to go twice a year, maybe 3 times a year.
Okay.
Let's say 4 to 6 months in between fights if you're
Okay.
an active fighter.
Yeah.
The last fight was February, March, April, May, June, July.
So,
5 months.
Okay, yeah, I just thought
Yeah.
it was too soon, but what do I know? I don't box.
Because, like, put it this way, I always use the Floyd example. Floyd used to always fight
Twice a year.
in May and September.
Yeah, that's true.
Cinco de Mayo because he wants to take over, and then he would fight in September as well. So I kind of use that as a barometer.
Okay.
But he was a relatively inactive fighter. So a more active person
Like
would do every
Wilder.
4 months as opposed to
Okay.
his every 6 months.
Makes sense.
That's kind of the barometer I used to build. Doris Burke, did you see what happened with this?
Yo, what did she say?
She says, motherfuckers is spitting or something like that. What did she say? Hold up.
You said motherfuckers
She
is
said,
spitting.
no way Doris Burke actually said this. Hold up.
That was a nice looking finger roll by Kyle Kuzma. That was a nice looking finger roll by Kyle Kuzma.
So it's hard to hear, but
It
what
is.
she is saying, that's a nice fucking finger roll by Kyle Kuzma. I'm going to keep playing it.
That was a nice looking finger roll by Kyle Kuzma.
Oh shit! Yeah, it must be nice.
That was a nice looking finger roll by Kyle Kuzma.
Did she know she was being recorded?
I
when
don't
that
know.
happened?
That's fucking
Because that didn't
hilarious.
sound like she knew she was being
Exactly.
recorded. That sounded like she was just like, damn, that's a fucking nice finger.
But that
roll.
is also how she comments.
Like just says under her, like that's not like she's saying under her voice, like, damn, that's a fucking nice finger roll by Kyle Kuzma.
Speaking of the NBA, did you see that the NBA tells teams that they could play games without fans
That was suck.
due to the coronavirus? Did you see what LeBron said? LeBron said, man,
said?
fuck that shit.
Damn.
So, I'm actually surprised LeBron spoke out the way he did. I mean, we know he's not afraid to do that, but this is not the thing to be fuck bad to.
Dude, this is kind of your employer, so it doesn't even matter what. Like,
This is also
we
a
get
health,
you, LeBron.
like a health thing.
Like,
It's
we
not-
get you. You know, you do quote unquote run the NBA, but there is still a governing body, and if
Oh,
they say
man.
no one's in the stands, no one's gonna be in the stands,
That's funny.
and
Is,
you're gonna play.
is there anything randomly trending on Twitter right now before we get into CCS to end off the show?
That's your department.
Coronavirus. New York declares bomba clot.
Yo, New York?
New York declares a state of emergency
Jeez.
as the U.S. death toll rises.
6 new cases in Canada. Nice.
Okay. 6 new coronavirus cases reported in Canada.
That's
like
what I
you
just said.
Kylie Clarkson gave Selena Gomez an empowering pep talk. I don't really care about that. Okay. Yeah, nothing. I'm going to go ahead and say nothing.
NHL is closing locker room access because of Corona, and NBA may soon follow.
Wow. Early numbers on Uzi. I don't know how. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Lil Uzi Vert's Eternal Take album is expected to sell 325,000 copies first week. The deluxe version is also dropping very soon with like 1 billion more names on there, by the way.
See, yeah, because I heard there was features on this album. I look, there's no features on this.
Mm-hmm.
So made features on the. Oh, what a bastard! That's how he's gonna get us to listen to the whole thing again.
Yep.
You got me though. Put your thought on the track, and you got me.
Yep. There's Hip Hop by the Numbers, which is one of my favorite Twitter pages here. Somebody or they asked, how many times have you spun it? Somebody said, album is around an hour long. It dropped 24 hours ago. Therefore, I spun it 24 times.
Who said that?
Some guy on
about
Twitter.
Lil Uzi's album?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. That's funny.
CCS?
CCS, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
So we haven't done this in a little while. CCS is crazy Canadian shit.
Shiza.
Those weird stories, those what the fuck stories, those eye-raising stories. The commonality from being here from Canada.
Yep.
Sometimes it's from our backyard.
Right there.
And other times it's from shit. We don't know. We don't know either.
Blood fuck over there.
We don't know either. So sometimes we're just as shocked as you are listening to this, and other times it's expected.
Yes.
This time it's a very interesting mix.
I like this one.
Amber Alert. You want to start there?
Let's start with the Amber Alert.
So we had the Amber Alert.
Sad.
Now this one kind of became worldwide, so people will be a little bit aware of this. But this was actually done. This happened in Toronto. This happened very close to where we used to go to high school.
One intersection away.
Yeah, one intersection away, or 1 block away, as Americans say.
1 block. Sure.
1 block
Americans.
away. But there was a boy that was abducted from a Toronto street. He was thankfully found safe. So that is obviously the silver lining at the end of this story. But as we're saying it, so we got the Amber Alert like midnight that day.
Yeah, it was hella late.
It was like midnight. It happened at like 8 a.m. in that day. We didn't get the Amber Alert until midnight. The boy was not reported missing until 5:30 that day, assuming he was going to school.
Because that's why his parents didn't say that. Like, yo,
exactly.
The boy was in school. The man didn't come home and they're like, yo, he was never in school all day. Then they got the cops involved. That's why it was reported so late.
Now
everyone's like, you should report it so early.
And everyone's like, oh,
full story.
It's because he's black, right? Da, 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 da. I'm like, all right, man.
They didn't report him missing till like 5:30.
A 14-year-old boy was abducted from a Toronto street on Wednesday morning as retribution to his his stepbrother's $4 million drug debt that he has.
Yeah.
So
he could have moved that weight.
He owed the people the money. Watch Top Boy. I don't want to say nothing because, you know.
Exactly. The streets are hot. Toronto's hot right now.
It's hot right now.
Toronto's real hot.
Block is hot. But some shit went down. It didn't go down correctly. They retaliated with scooping the brother. He was thankfully found safe
in Brampton.
Amber Alert went out. It was Brampton. That was Caledon.
It was Brampton,
north?
Caledon, somewhere there.
Like North
said
Brampton?
the west part of Brampton, westmost part of Brampton.
Oh, like deep.
So.
Oh man.
They found the car that kidnapped or that they used
on fire,
like 25 minutes away from where they found him.
These motherfuckers watch Animal Kingdom. I'll tell you that much.
They're watching.
They watched Animal Kingdom.
They're definitely watching.
Definitely. But you know what? Again, just
happy he came back safe. To be honest.
Yes.
And,
yes.
You know, shout out to social media. Everyone believes social media.
That was a moment where social media definitely came together. This is so sad. Nobody was trying to speak outlandish against it.
Not at all.
Everyone just kind of used the social media powers to make this happen in terms of
getting it out there,
getting the information out there. You know, spreading the information, trying to find this boy. Mm-hmm. He was found. He is safe, and hopefully that is the end of that.
Yeah, just the trauma he's going to get from this, though. Like,
that's
messed up.
Yeah.
Like, he's only 14. He does.
And 14 is that age where
your brain's still developing.
Yes, but 14 is that age where things stick. Mm-hmm. Like 14 is 9th grade.
Yeah,
you remember how you felt in 9th grade. You remember what you went through in 9th grade, and you remember the impact that it still has on your life today.
Yep.
So, you really hate to see that for him, and you just hope that he gets what he needs to grieve properly through that process, right?
Speaking of Toronto being hot.
Speaking of Toronto being hot, man, we're going to talk about Yorkdale Mall, or Yorkdale Plaza, I should say.
Why? Who calls it Yorkdale Plaza?
That's the technical name of it.
I Googled it. It would even come up on Google.
I know.
Google, like, did you mean Yorkdale Mall?
But it is, I know, for real. But it is called Yorkdale Plaza.
So change that shit. Kyle Ferry, change your name.
Some shit happened at Yorkdale Mall.
Yeah, that was the fourth stop.
We were getting some information as this was happening. So it said robbery, Yorkdale Plaza. Right now, Yorkdale, for those that don't know, that's not our biggest mall, but that is probably our most expensive mall.
Yeah, like
in terms of they have the Gucci's, the Pradas in there.
Yeah.
They have all the high end stores in there.
Exactly.
They have all your.
It is big in size too. Don't get me wrong. But it's just not our biggest in size.
Bro, I was bust yesterday, fam.
You can't walk around that mall anymore.
Oh, leave. I was bust.
You walk down one wing, you're like, yo, bro, can we turn around now?
So I was at Yorkdale Mall while this was happening.
You were first-hand experience there.
We were at the mall. We're not shopping. We're just killing some time.
What you do at the mall?
Digesting a little bit because we had Cheesecake Factory.
Jeez, they got Toronto Cheesecake Factory.
Yo, they don't make it as good as Buffalo.
They don't?
Nope.
Damn.
I know.
How do they make it like in the South? Like you go to like Alabama or some shit.
Damn. Do they have it?
I don't know, but I'm just assuming.
But anyway, so I'm at Yorkdale Mall. We're pretty much ready to leave at this point. And you know what? We say, you know what? For the hell of it,
let's go into the store.
Why don't we go to Zara Home?
Let's go look how much a couch is cost.
Why is there a Zara Home? First and foremost, didn't get to look. Didn't get to look.
You had time
as
in the
soon
mall.
as we walked into Zara Home, the mall is under lockdown. This is not a drill.
Jeez.
The mall is under lockdown. All stores, please close your doors.
Jeez.
We're like, motherfucking Zara Home. We're stuck in
of all stores.
Zara Home of all stores. We're stuck in.
Comfortable, sit on the bed, sit on the couch.
And then I thought about that. I'm like, you know what? Worst case scenario, comfort of the bed. You know what I'm saying? We're good. We're good money.
We nice.
But anyways, man. So there was a robbery. It was in store. Apparently there were 4 teen males. Apparently they were all wearing masks. They all had their hoods up. The first report said shots were fired, which there was not. Apparently, they were trying to flee through the parking lot. Officers were responding.
One of them got caught.
One of them got caught. So the officers arrested one suspect. Apparently, there was no gun. They used a hammer in the Rolex store. Thought they could just bop, 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 grab a couple rollies. Not to mention, it's Friday, 5 o'clock at one of the busiest malls in Canada.
Probably the busiest.
Probably the busiest. And your car is nothing closer than 3 miles away.
Yo, yeah, you can't get out of that parking lot.
You cannot get to the parking lot. Get out of the. You can't get to the parking lot.
Remember in the group chat, someone said, yo, the one that got caught probably took the wrong turn in that mall?
Yo,
because that's how bad that mall gets.
That mall is
you can take one wrong turn and you'll be walking for hours.
Forever.
Yeah, they're adding more wings to that mall.
But it was interesting, man. It was interesting.
Toronto's
just being a
hot.
Part
Just
of
stay
that.
safe in Toronto, people.
The block is hot, but it's just some kids trying some shit. They thought they can get the jigger with the rollie and the vest, nigga.
Like there was,
you know what I'm saying?
Like there won't be alarms.
They thought they tried it.
You know what? Our A for effort. F for like whatever you try to do though.
They tried it, man. We have 3 CCS stories this week.
4. The license plates, but that's just a mention.
4. No, I'm joking.
Nah, 4.
I mess with you. So Ontario is going to provide free therapy for people with anxiety or depression.
That's cool.
We were going to put this in the shout-out section, but I thought it was more fitting, or we thought it was more fitting, I should say, in this CCS section. So again, Ontario will soon be able to get free therapy for anxiety and depression through a program called Mindability. The health minister announced on Tuesday. It'll be funded just like OHIP, which is our Ontario Health Insurance Plan, with no out-of-pocket costs for patients. Through this groundbreaking program, an individual will receive an assessment from a trained mental health clinician and offered a free therapy program that best addresses their level of need. Really no comments beyond that. Just wanted to give a huge shout out to that.
Well deserved.
Definitely advancing and going forward. So shout out to that. And final CCS story before we officially wrap it up.
Ontario government admits mistakes and returns to a white license plate design.
Oh, did they decide on it?
Yes,
So
today.
tell the viewers what we're talking about.
A few weeks ago, we talked about how Ontario, I always say Toronto, might as well be at Toronto.
Yeah.
Ontario
Facts.
decided to change the license plate. Ontario is the province that Toronto's in, almost like a state for you Americans. So they made it should be white with blue letters. Then they changed it to blue with white letters. Our toll system uses our license plate to pretty much charge you. It couldn't read these license plates. Ontario has admitted a mistake. They are going to go back to a white.
Have you had any driving experiences seeing the new license plate at night?
At night, you can't see it.
I have. You can't see.
You can't see. I'm like, yo, that's lit.
I'm like, yo, this is pretty
Like,
fucking
yo, cops can't see shit.
Facts.
Because the older ones had this kind of like reflection on it. So when you do shine a light on it, the letters just pop out at you.
If you want to check our YouTube, we have an example of both plates.
Yes, we do.
and we're just trying to get our YouTube numbers up.
Right? But they did say like the blue plates, the letters won't be raised, which I thought was real sad because I did like that little bit of detail.
You need the raising. You need the raising to see it. It makes it prominent.
Yeah, but you can just use the colors. Like they could use a different kind of paint, a reflective paint.
But the flatness will stop it from being visible. That's kind of what makes it visible is the fact that it's raised.
Well, that helps.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it helps. You're not wrong, but they can work around it. We'll see how it turns out though.
I guess so.
And it won't say what else will say?
Yours to discover.
It will still say a place to grow.
Ah.
So those are the differences.
I do kind of like that new slogan.
A place to grow? It
A
is.
place to grow.
Sorry, it should be
Back home smoking legal.
I like that.
Oh, let me give myself that.
It's not a place to grow. It's a place that's been. It's a place like, yo, you can't grow here anymore.
Damn.
Now you can still go in Toronto, bro. You just gotta be prepared. That's it.
That's
That's all I had.
Yeah, man. I think somehow, some way,
Jam.
we have reached the end of our show.
Whew. Yes,
To give the listeners a little preview, I think, if I'm not mistaken, next week we might got our third interview.
Jeez.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. So let me just give ourselves this. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, please cue that music. So that being said, that will bring us to the end. The unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast. It's been a fun one.
Yes.
It's been a feature-packed one.
A lot of
we
shit.
brought CCS back.
Yes, we did.
That's how much we appreciate you guys, especially if you made it to this point. One further ask that we have, please continue that conversation by telling a friend, to tell 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 a friend. You already know what it is. 6 degrees of separation. Now, as usual, I go by the name of Harris.
You know me. Skirt Master, Mr. Triple Double himself, no assist, NBA champion, ceiling 70. That's right, new update, 2019 update. 70 milli from the TTC because I hopped the turnstile. They even put up some news posters because of me. You already know. Just call me Just Shola.
Jeez.
And as usual, we're giving
I guess you just got to tell them that number one rule, if I'm not mistaken.
City's high, people, so watch out for the wastemans.
Jeez. Watch out for the motherfucking wastemans. It's the True North Views podcast. It's episode 96.
Jeez, already.
Peace.